Listen up, Chicago. Right now, while you're talking Bears with your buddies or scrolling through your phone for updates, something massive just blew up at Hallis Hall, and let me tell you this. What's happening right now is going to flip everything you thought you knew about this organization. We've got a veteran on defense getting honors we haven't seen in years. We've got one of the biggest injustices I've ever witnessed with one of our corners, and we've got Kevin Warren making moves that could shape the future of this franchise for the next 50 years. 3 stories, 3 bombs, and I guarantee that by the end of this video, you'll understand why this Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025, will go down in Chicago Bears history. But you got to stick around to the end, because that 3rd story, that's the one that's going to blow your mind. If you love this team, if you bleed navy and orange, hit that like button now and subscribe, because what's coming is straight up exclusive. First story. Look, I've been covering this team for years, and let me tell you something. When you see a 10-year vet in this league, a guy who's been in the trenches and seen it all, get selected to his 3rd Pro Bowl, that is not a fluke. Kevin Byard just got picked for the 2025 Pro Bowl, and that's huge for Chicago. But hold up, because this goes way beyond just an individual honor. Byard didn't just make the Pro Bowl. The man also won the Jeff Dickerson Good Guy Award, voted unanimously by the Chicago media. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you saw a Bears player get 2 major honors in the same day? Can you even remember the last time we had someone like that in our locker room? I think this is exactly what Ryan Poles had in mind when he brought Byard to Chicago. We didn't just get an elite safety, we got a leader, a guy who's been a team captain both years he's been here, a guy who handles the media like a pro, a guy the young players look at and say, that's how it's done in the NFL. And here's what I love about Byard. After getting all those honors, you know what the first thing he did was? He went straight to talk to Nahshon Wright. Let me ask you, how many players in this league, after getting Pro Bowl recognition, immediately go lift up a teammate who got snubbed? That right there, that's leadership. That's how you build championship teams. Byard told Wright something we all need to hear. In my opinion, you've got first-team All-Pro written all over you. My 2nd year in the league, when I made first-team All-Pro, I was just a second alternate for the Pro Bowl. I've been where you are. Check out Byard's stats this season. He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, only behind, wait for it, his own teammate, Nahshon Wright. This Bears defense has the top 2 corners in the league when it comes to picks, and only one of them is going to the Pro Bowl. Does that make any sense to you? But here's the thing that's got me thinking. Byard is 32. He's in his 10th year in the league, and he's playing the best football of his career. You know what that tells me? It tells me Matt Eberflus and this defensive staff are putting these guys in position to shine. I think Byard is exactly the kind of vet we needed after losing Roquan Smith, after watching Khalil Mack walk out the door. We needed someone who could not only play, but teach. And that's exactly what we've got. And you know what hit me the hardest? Byard said something that stuck with me. Every day, I try to be as authentic as possible. I try to be a good person and be the same person every day. In a league full of egos and drama, having someone like Byard is pure gold. But let me ask you this. Is it just a coincidence that since Byard came to Chicago, this defense has taken a massive leap, that young guys like Wright are breaking out? I don't think so. I think Byard is a cornerstone of why this defense is one of the best in the NFC. And here's my final take. Byard deserves a contract extension. Yeah, he's 32, but he's playing like he's 25. Ryan Poles needs to make sure this man retires a Bear, because what he brings to the table goes way beyond stats. Second story. If that surprised you, wait till you hear this, because what I'm about to say is one of the biggest injustices I've seen in all my years covering the NFL. Nahshon Wright, the league leader in defensive takeaways, 8 of them this season, did not get selected to the Pro Bowl. And I'm telling you right now, that's a joke! How the hell does the league leader in takeaways not make the Pro Bowl? Can someone explain that to me? Because I've been trying to make sense of it, and I just can't. Even our division rivals are saying it doesn't add up. when the Packers, Vikings, and Lions are all saying Wright should have been in? Doesn't that tell you something? Let me lay it out for you. 7 of Wright's 8 takeaways came in Bears wins. This guy isn't just making plays, he's making game-winning plays. He's making the kind of plays that flip the momentum. Remember the game against Cincinnati? Wright picked off Joe Flacco's Hail Mary to seal the win. Remember the Giants game when we were down 17-7 and Wright recovered Jackson Dart's fumble right as New York was about to go up 24-7? That play flipped the whole game. Against Pittsburgh, first play of the game, Wright pulls off a one-handed toe-tap interception on the sideline. Let me ask you, how many times have you seen that kind of play? The Steelers completely changed their game plan after that. Then there's the pick against Minnesota. That happened just days after Wright's high school coach, John Beam, was murdered. The guy's going through the worst moment of his life, and he comes out and makes one of the biggest picks of the season right before halftime to keep the game at 10-7. And against Philly, the Eagles, defending champs, are in the red zone in a 10-9 game, and Wright rips the ball from Jalen Hurts on the tush push. We score on the next drive, go up 17-9, and win 24-15. Do we win that game without Wright? I don't think so. And the most recent one, last week against Green Bay. The Packers are about to go up 13-3 on their first drive of the second half, and Wright strips Josh Jacobs. We end up winning 22-16 in OT. Without that play, we probably lose. So let me ask again, how the hell is this guy not in the Pro Bowl? The answer's simple. The voters are obsessed with the Philadelphia Eagles. Quinion Mitchell made it. Cooper DeJean made it. Both from Philly. Look, I respect Mitchell. He's one of the best young corners in the league. Is he more complete than Wright? Maybe. But did he have a better season? Not even close. Wright has 3 more picks, more fumble recoveries, more forced fumbles. It's not even a debate. And DeJean, with all due respect, what did he do to deserve that spot over Wright? He's got 3 fewer picks, 3 fewer fumble recoveries, 1 less forced fumble, and he's in the Pro Bowl? Make it make sense. I think this is a bigger issue with the Pro Bowl itself. It's turned into a popularity contest instead of recognizing who actually had the best season. And Wright, who was on the Vikings practice squad last year, has one of the best stories in the NFL this season. And he gets snubbed. But here's what gives me hope. Byard told Wright something important. He said, "You've got first-team All-Pro coming, and that means more than the Pro Bowl." And I think he's right. When the All-Pro teams drop, Wright has to be on there. If he's not, I don't know what else this guy has to do. And you know what else pisses me off? Wright's not just racking up empty stats. He's not padding numbers in garbage time. Every single one of his plays has been crucial to our wins. Without Wright, we probably have 3 or 4 fewer wins this season. I'm telling you right now, Nahshon Wright is the heart of this defense. He's the guy making the plays when we need them most. And the fact that he's not in the Pro Bowl is a slap in the face, not just to him, but to the entire Bears organization. Third story, but here's where things get really wild. And this is what could define the future of this franchise for decades. Kevin Warren just dropped a bomb that's got all of Chicago talking. And believe me, this is massive. Last week, Warren revealed that the Bears are exploring Northwest Indiana as a possible site for a new stadium. Yeah, you heard that right. The Chicago Bears might move to Indiana. Now, before you start freaking out, let me break down what's really going on here. This is a high-level chess move by Warren, and I think it's genius. Warren wrote a public letter basically telling Illinois, "You're not taking us seriously, so we're going to see if Indiana will." And let me ask you, what else is Warren supposed to do? Illinois has been dragging its feet on helping the Bears get what they need to build in-state. The stadium won't be a priority for Illinois. In 2026, Warren wrote, "The stakes for Illinois are significant. Thousands of union jobs, year-round attractions, and global events made possible by a fixed-roof stadium that would generate long-term revenue for the state." For a project of this scale, uncertainty has major consequences. And here's the part I love. Stable timelines are critical, as are predictable processes and elected leaders who share a sense of urgency and appreciation for the public partnership required for projects of this magnitude. We haven't received that urgency or appreciation to date. Basically, Warren's saying, you're not giving us the urgency we need, so we're looking elsewhere. And I think he's totally within his rights. Now, a lot of people are saying this is just a negotiation tactic, that Warren's using Indiana as leverage against Illinois. And you know what? They're probably right. But, and this is a big but, the Kansas City Chiefs just did the exact same thing, and they actually moved. The Chiefs used Kansas as leverage against Missouri, and in the end, they moved to Kansas. And not only did they move, they secured $1.8 billion in public funding for their $3 billion stadium. That's the biggest public subsidy for a sports stadium in US history. So let me ask you, does Illinois really think Warren is bluffing? Because the Chiefs proved these moves can be real. And if the Bears move to Indiana, Illinois loses thousands of jobs, massive revenue, and one of the most iconic teams in the NFL. Albert Breer from Sports Illustrated made a great point. This is similar to the Panthers playing North Carolina and South Carolina against each other, or the Commanders doing the same with Virginia, Maryland, and DC. State lines are assets for billionaires. And that's exactly what's happening here. Warren is using the state line as leverage, and I think it's the right move. Why? Because Illinois wasn't taking this seriously until now. But here's my concern. Do we really want the Bears to leave Chicago? I was born and raised here. This team is part of this city's identity. The monsters of the Midway. Dar Bears, that's Chicago, not Indiana. Still, I get where Warren's coming from. We need a modern stadium with a fixed roof. We need a venue that can host Super Bowls, Final Fours, WrestleManias, massive concerts. Soldier Field, as historic as it is, just can't do that. And here's the reality. If Illinois doesn't get its act together and start treating this like the priority it is, Warren's going to have to seriously consider Indiana. And I wouldn't blame him, but I think this is going to work. I think Illinois is going to see what happened with the Chiefs, realize Warren means business, and finally make the stadium a priority in 2026. They have to. They can't afford to lose the Bears. And you know what else? This proves Warren is the right CEO for the job. The guy's not afraid to make bold moves, not afraid to pressure politicians, not afraid to do whatever it takes to secure this franchise's future. I'm telling you, the next few months are going to be crucial. We're going to find out if Illinois really values the Bears, or if we need to start getting used to the idea of the Indiana Bears. And honestly, just thinking about that gives me chills. We just covered 3 massive stories. Kevin Byard earning his 3rd Pro Bowl and the Jeff Dickerson Award, showing exactly why he's the leader this defense needed. Nahshon Wright getting robbed of a Pro Bowl spot despite leading the entire NFL in takeaways. An injustice I can't accept. And Kevin Warren playing 4D chess with Illinois and Indiana to get the stadium this franchise deserves. So let me ask you, do you think Byard deserves a contract extension to finish his career in Chicago? Do you think Wright should have made the Pro Bowl over DeJohn or Mitchell? And do you think Warren would really move the Bears to Indiana? Or is this just a negotiation tactic? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think about each of these stories. I want to know if you're as fired up as I am about Wright getting snubbed. I want to know if you're worried about the possibility of moving to Indiana. And if you made it this far, if you stuck with me through this whole video, that tells me you're part of this family. This community we're building is more than just a YouTube channel. It's a place where real Bears fans come for real analysis, honest opinions, and the unfiltered truth about our team. So if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button now. Turn on the bell so you don't miss a single Bears update. And if you liked this video, if you learned something new, if you got as hyped as I did, smash that like button. Because I guarantee you, tomorrow, we've got more explosive Bears news coming. This organization is on the move. Big things are happening. And you do not want to miss what's next for Chicago. I'm Miguel Morales, and this is Bear Truth. See you in the next video. Family, bear down.